And my next speaker is truly amazing. She is doing so many things and she's overcome so much. I can hardly wait to hear what she's going to talk to us about authentic leaders. Maxine, welcome to. Oh my goodness, wait, how can I put you in here? Let me see if I can change this. Yeah, we had some funky stuff going on with virtual. Oh, well, this is exactly the way I wanted it. So I had the pleasure of spending last weekend, or at least some time with Maxine as well, because she does a few different things and we have some similarities. We're both Kundalini yoga instructors, and with the same, I don't want to say the same company, with the same group, with the same community. And we were also at the same trade show. So I sell my line of supplements, which you'll hear about later. And Maxine sells a really great product. Hopefully she'll tell you a little about it. And it was actually so much fun because we don't get to spend this much time together. And then today, and then she's also going to be at another summit, not a summit, a wellness expo that I'm putting on Sunday. So for all my local people, come visit us Sunday at Quantum Workspace in Mississauga at 320 Matheson Boulevard West, Unit 212. It is a scalar clinic. So we are actually doing a wellness expo inside of a scalar clinic. In fact, Canada's largest scalar clinic with 48 units, for those who understand what scalar is. If you don't, then DM me and I'll explain it to you. Thank you so much. With that, I give you the most amazing Maxine Willocks. Go for it, Maxine.
Good morning, Miss Marianne. Good morning, listeners. What a great day. What are you grateful for? Well, I'm grateful for stepping into your space because when I come into your space, Marianne, and just knowing you as a person, your values as a business entrepreneur, honestly, I feel like I have to step up my game, but more important than that, you create an environment for me to be who I am, to be authentic. So when I saw this, I thought, I hope she reaches out to me. And you did, and I thank you. And just to pick up on what your last speaker, Scott, said, um, we need more leaders. And people are afraid. And I'm going to tap into that. But before I do, I want to introduce who I am, what I do, and I encourage anyone, if this resonates with you, to reach out to me. So my name is Maxine, and as Marianne says, I'm a certified Kundalini yoga teacher. I also have a brand called Omax. We'll dive into that a little bit later about magnesium and why everyone needs magnesium in this crazy world where there's just so much going on. There's so much war. Our nervous system is overloaded in this information age where we don't get enough sleep, but we'll get back to that later. But right now, we're going to talk about leadership and how I got into becoming an authentic leader. And has anyone heard of a little town, oil town called Fort McMurray? I was in Fort McMurray, the oil sands in northern Alberta, and it was just go, 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 go. You were always working. I mean, if you worked 12-hour days, you were being lazy. Work, 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 but it's not sustainable. And when you're doing something that is not sustainable, guess what? It's not going to last. And very successful, made the money, but didn't have time. But when you develop and you build something that is not authentic, it will not last. And mine didn't last. Everything crumbled. And I found Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini yoga is the yoga of awaken and awareness. And through Kundalini yoga, I started to heal myself. I started to grow. So my question is there anybody out there right now that's going through a shift? a change. Yeah, yeah. We need to find something that at first can humble us, because sometimes we believe that this is the way, but there's a higher power, a higher consciousness that if we allow it to guide us, it will lead us into our authentic self. But first, we have to be humble enough to surrender, to wipe away what you think it should look like, wipe away how long it should last. Basically, we have to surrender. And that's what I did. I surrender and I found Kundalini yoga. And through Kundalini yoga, I found my voice again. And it's an ongoing process. But I will say this, give yourself permission to be humbled, to be silenced, and to be still. And I think that is the biggest part of the healing journey. So, fast forward a few years into my Kundalini training, I realized that I was the lucky one, because I know so many people in a similar situation that I was in, working, being in a relationship that is not serving your highest purpose, but having the courage to move out of that. And as I slowly and continuously continue to do the work, I realized that leadership is just having the courage to move forward into baby stages. You don't have to be the hero. You just have to be the one that continuously do the work. And when you do the work, people will notice. And when they notice, you just inspire someone to say, hey, you're doing this. What does it feel like? What does it look like? It doesn't have to be on a big stage. Help people, be kind to people, smile, look them in the eye when you talk to them. Because behind this, we don't know what's happening in people's mind. People could be going through issues in relationships with their spouse, with their kids, with their parents that are aging. We don't know. The scenarios are so different, but it's having the courage to be authentic in yourself, to speak the truth. You know, some days, I heard Marianne mention this over and over, that some days you just have to show up. Like life is happening right now outside my doors. My house is being painted. My furniture is a mess. My fridge broke down. And it's okay that, like, sometimes you just have to be in the space. You have to stop and go out for a nature walk. You pause, but you pick it up. You pause. Some days you might have to stop, but you pick it up again. So it's Alt, Delete, Reprogram. And I'm going to say it again. Alt, Delete, Reprogram what you think your life should look like, feel like, because more often than not, it is a sub-programming of what you see in a magazine, on TV, on social media. People living this glamorous, beautiful life. It is just a snapshot in their day-to-day life of what you see. So Alt, Delete, Reprogram of what you think that this life should look like, because there is no one size fits all. You are unique. You are one of a kind, and your life, your dreams, your destination is different from everyone else. So wherever you are right now, I want you to stop. Connect with your breath. Take a deep inhale and exhale. That is the quickest way to pause, to bring yourself into the present moment. Again, take a deep inhale Fill it up, bring it up. And now exhale. The truth of the matter is, you are divinely perfect. You are made to withstand whatever comes your way. And leadership, authentic leadership, comes in so many different formats. You've heard me say it's not one size that fits all. Maybe you are a great listener. Maybe you're a great baker, a great chef. Maybe you're good at organizing. There's so many skill sets that you have. Lead with what comes with you naturally. And how do you lead? Well, number one, you just do it yourself. Do it from a place of love. And if you can help people, if you can guide people, that is the easiest way. Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's somebody in your community. Start big, start with one person. But the most important thing is to start with yourself. And once you start with yourself and you're doing it and you're feeling it and it becomes second nature, trust me, you will attract. Your vibration will change and people will be attracted to you. So again, seated nice and tall, take a deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Your breath is your biggest ally. And your breath is the one thing that you can control by connecting to your breath. Keeping your posture nice and regal. That regal posture so that breath can come all the way up through the heart. The heart is the purification. And people get it mixed up. But I like to teach that courage comes from the heart. And the mind, when you bring that breath up through the mind and you get that crystal diamond-like vision, the heart and the mind, when they work together, you just become unstoppable. You become a well, you fill in the blank. So we must connect with the breath. And that's why I'm going to bring in the topic of magnesium. And I know a lot of you have seen magnesium. Some of you take magnesium. Magnesium is the mother or the master mineral. It makes everything work better. I mentioned earlier how our nervous system is overwired, overloaded. We get so much information. And really in this age of Aquarium, where the Aquarian age is where information is readily available. But it's the discernment of how you choose to use that information. And magnesium can really help with that because magnesium makes everything in your body work in harmony. For example, vitamin D. You know, in the wintertime in Canada, we don't get as much sun as we need. And vitamin D helps us with that. But if you don't have enough magnesium, it doesn't boost that vitamin D. Now, we talked about taking magnesium orally. Omax magnesium is topical. And why is that a good thing? Well, you've probably heard this before, but the skin is the largest organ. So when you use the magnesium, it's recommended that you use it on the soles of your feet. That is the number one place to use it. Now, why the soles of your feet? Well, the nerve endings, right? The nerve endings are at the soles of your feet. So applying it to the soles of your feet is one of the quickest way you will get the benefits. How many people are addicted to coffee? Yeah, me too. I like my little bit of coffee because, you got to produce in this world to get results, right? And coffee is one of the way to boost our energy, to get the mind stimulated. It does put a little bit of pressure on our nervous system. And then when we sit at our desk, because we don't move as often, right? The more that life becomes more technology advanced, we don't move as much. So we tend to get stiffness in our shoulders, our upper back, right? That's just a side effect of coffee. Or maybe we need a glass of wine or a stiff drink or maybe a cigarette. Now, these are all coping mechanism on planet Earth because planet Earth right now is pretty hard on our nervous system, right? So if those are some of the habits that you practice, then oh, I'm so sorry. The jar just fell. Magnesium, you're probably depleted in magnesium. So with Omax, a little goes a long way. Apply that on the soles of your feet or wherever you have aches, cramps, or tension. And with the magnesium, you just apply a small amount. A little goes a long way. Arthritis, if you have pains in your knees, on your hands, on your shoulders, just rub it in. And within seconds, if you're not magnesium depleted, you will feel the benefits. Other benefits includes moisturizing, mango, shea, cocoa butter. I mean, I have pretty good skin. And look at the difference right away, the moisture, right? Now, if this magnesium does not speak to you, find a form of magnesium that works. Because if you're going to be a leader, you need a good night's rest. And when you sleep and you sleep well, trust me, the superhero in you comes out. There's nothing that you cannot conquer. Life comes at you and you can handle it. So, magnesium is one of the ways that you can start to feel like yourself, that you can deal with life challenges. Because in today's world, we need to be the hero, but the hero of our life, of our story, of our family. Start off there by taking control, take back control of who you are, who you were meant to be, and the talent that you bring into the world because the world needs you. I'm going to borrow a chapter from Marianne. The world needs authenticity. You cannot buy it. You have to step into it. And a good night's sleep, a good night's rest will allow you the grace to be who you are and to serve and to love, because love is what the world needs more than ever today. People are suffering, people are in pain. And because there's so much suffering, sometimes we lash out. A lot of times we lash out because we don't know how to handle this. We see it, we're overloaded, we're stressed. Come back to who you are. Come back to your breath. Come back to love. Come back to compassion. But that takes courage. Baby steps. Baby steps. My name is Maxine. I teach Kundalini Yoga. I am a community leader, and I believe that community is one of the ways that we can come back as a unit. We're not meant to do this alone. We cannot do this alone. There's just too much. There's too much suffering. There's too much pain. We need our community. We need our brothers. We need our sisters. We need each other. Come back into your power. Now let's take one deep breath together. Come back, seated nice and tall, regal posture, feet firmly placed on the earth to ground yourself to the earth. The magnetic feel of the earth. You are supported, you are nurtured, you are loved. Seated nice and tall so that spine is elongated. That crown that you wear on your head is nice and tall. Take a deep inhale, filling up the belly. That breath must go through the heart. Up, 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 up. Exhale. And one more time. And this time, as you inhale, bring up any worries, doubts, pressure that you have. Take a deep inhale, bring it up, up. And exhale, push it all out. Keep the eyes closed. Stay in here for a moment. And know that when you open your eyes, you will feel that joy, that love, that peace, that harmony that resides within you. Now slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? Do you feel calm? Do you feel relaxed? Yeah, that is who you are. You are peace, you are love, you are vibration. Sat Nam, Sat Nam.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Maxine. You know, even though I teach the meditation, it's so wonderful being a student, you know, not the teacher, not the leader, not the whatever. I love it. It's so beautiful. And everything Maxine does is amazing. I have more. I just don't know where I put them because I brought them all home from the trade show that we were at. And I've been using the spray the whole time. So really remarkable products. And if you're a local to me here in the GTA in Toronto, Maxine can be found on Sunday from 11 to 4 at the Quantum Workspace at my Empowered Together Wellness Expo, which we're bringing wellness to the world. How beautiful.
Yes, and I invite everyone to come out. If you need to enhance your self-care, maybe you have a business idea that you want to grow, or maybe you just want to be in a space that is nurtured and supported. Please come on out, grab a coffee, grab a girlfriend, grab your husband. Come on out because it's a big, bad world that's out there. But there are spaces where you can be authentic, you can be true, you can be inspired. And I am looking forward, Marianne, it's always a joy to be in your space. You uplift me, and you're just a badass.
As are you, and you uplift me. And I just have to say, I enjoy having my crew there, like the people that I would be friends with outside of whatever workspace. And, you know, doing wellness expos, putting them on is not that easy. I'm not going to say it's not super crazy hard, but it is not the easiest thing I've ever done. And for sure, we don't do it for the money. Believe me.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is more from my heart, bringing wellness to the world, bringing all these really amazing things. And the fact that it's being held inside of a scalar clinic is just that much more amplified. So please come visit us, and you'll have the pleasure of hanging out with me and Maxine and, oh my gosh, like 8 other really amazing vendors. It's 10 is kind of where my goal was. I thought, oh, we might be able to squeeze in 12, but we're gonna do it with 10. I think we're gonna stop there. So thank you so much, Maxine. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Have yourself a beautiful day. Namaste.
Take care. All right, enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.